The mountains stretched endlessly before him, each jagged peak cutting into the sky like the edge of a blade, sharp and alive. The air here was electric, buzzing with a power so pure it seemed to pulse in every gust of wind, every echoing crack of rock underfoot. At the center of it all stood Israel, more than a man, more than mere flesh and bone. He was carved from the very essence of this world, yet something far deeper surged through him, something infinite, the ungraspable essence that gives life to everything yet remains untouched by it. To the angels, blazing and towering in their fiery radiance above, the Creator was something distant, an unreachable force that they could only know from afar. They called him Master, the Sovereign who ruled with might, whose presence was felt only in the farthest reaches of the heavens. But for Israel, for this being of dust and spirit standing here, on the edge of the world, the Creator was no distant ruler. He called him by a name so deep, so boundless, it defied time itself. I am. The source, the unnameable essence that breathes through everything. The angels tremble before this force, but Yisroel is this force, embodied, alive, and breathing in the here and now. Israel's body wasn't just flesh. It was a living testament, a scroll inscribed with the letters of the source, the very name that speaks the world into existence with every breath. Each part of him shimmered with divine energy, a reflection of the infinite reality that lay just beyond the surface of what the eye could see. The smallest part of that name, the spark, the first letter, was buried deep in his mind. It wasn't thought, it wasn't knowledge in any way a human could grasp. It was wisdom, primal and raw, existing before thought even took shape. It was the kind of knowing that was too pure, too clear to be understood. It just was, a flash of light that illuminated all things in an instant, stripping away every illusion. And then that spark unfolded, expanded in his mind like a great branching tree. His understanding wasn't just intellectual. It spread through his whole being, into his chest, his breath, his pulse. He saw the world with new eyes, seeing not just the surface, but the divine force humming beneath every rock, every leaf, every breath of wind. This understanding wasn't abstract. It was physical, alive, pulsing through his blood, connecting him to the very foundation of existence itself. From his core, his spine straight as a rod of iron, ran a line of energy connecting heaven and earth. It was a perfect bridge between the world of spirit and the world of matter, between the unseen and the tangible. Through this line, the uncontainable light of the Creator flowed down into his body, rooting itself in every fiber, in every bone, in every beat of his heart. And then there was his body, the full expression of the divine in the physical world. His hands, his feet, his fingers, his very skin were vessels of this light, channels through which the infinite flowed into the world of action. Every movement, every breath he took was an act of creation, a dance between the infinite and the finite. His body wasn't just a shell for the soul. It was the ultimate manifestation of the divine, the embodiment of the Creator's will made flesh. Through this, the physical body became the highest revelation of the infinite. The body wasn't just a tool or a vessel. It was the revelation, the place where heaven and earth met, where the infinite and the finite became one. And through his body, the infinite light of the Creator was drawn down into every corner of reality, uniting heaven and earth, spirit and matter, in one unbreakable, eternal bond. Each person at Sinai heard the words, "I am the Lord, thy power," in the singular. It wasn't just a declaration of divinity, It was a merging, a fusion of the infinite with the finite, the timeless with the transient. In that moment, something extraordinary occurred. The Creator shared his very name with each person. It was not just a title or a label. It was the deepest connection, a sharing of the essence itself. As the name of the Creator was woven into the very fabric of their being, their souls became one with the divine. But more than that, their bodies, the physical earthly forms that seemed so limited, became vessels for the infinite. Their very bodies, their flesh and blood, were now suffused with the essence of the divine. Their physical forms, once bound by the limitations of time and space, were now united with the source of all existence. Their bodies, through the revelation of the divine name, became conduits for the infinite light. Every movement, every breath, every heartbeat was now a manifestation of the divine will, the constant recreation of reality from nothing into something. The body, which had once been a barrier that concealed the soul, was now illuminated with the light of the infinite. But how could this be? How could the finite be united with the infinite, the physical with the spiritual? The answer lay in the very essence of the Creator, in the aspect known as Outsmus, the aspect of the divine that is beyond all names, beyond all descriptions. This aspect is not bound by the rules of creation, by the distinction between physical and spiritual, between finite and infinite. It is the source of all, and it has the power to unite opposites, to bring the infinite into the finite. Partnership, part of the ultimate unity between the Creator and creation. Every time a mitzvah, a commandment, is performed, this unity is renewed. The body becomes a channel for divine light, and the infinite essence of the Creator is revealed once again, not just in the soul, but in the flesh.